Over centuries of being removed from our culture, certain things that were once normal amongst our people may sound strange in the context of today's society. One of these practices being polygyny. Polygyny is a marital arrangement where a man is married to more than one wife. Many key men of the Bible had multiple wives, as it was a regular practice in the Hebrew culture. One of these key men was Abram, who later became Abraham, father of many nations.
Genesis chapter 16, verses 1 through 4. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, Yahweh hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid, it may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
It's a known fact that Dawid had many wives, as seen in the following scripture.
1 Chronicles chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. Now these were the sons of Dawid, which were born unto him in Hebron. The firstborn, Amnon, of Ahinoam the Jezreelitess. The second, Daniel, of Abigail the Carmelitess. The third, Absalom, the son of Maacah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth, Adoniah, the son of Haggith. The fifth, Shephatiah of Abital. The sixth, Ithraim, by Eglah his wife. These 6 were born unto him in Hebron. And there he reigned 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. And these were born unto him in Jerusalem, Shemiah and Shabab, and Nathan and Solomon, 4 of Bathshua the daughter of Ammiel, Ibhar also, and Elishama, and Eliphalet, and Noga, and Nepheg, and Yapiah, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphalet, 9. These were all the sons of Dawid, besides the sons of the concubines and Tamar, their sister.
When Dawid took the wife of Uriah, Yahweh sent Nathan, the prophet, and had this to say unto Dawid.
2 Samuel chapter 12, verses 7 through 8. And Nathan said to Dawid, Thou art the man. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Yehudah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things.
Here, Yah says how he would have given Dawid more wives if he had desired. Mind you that Dawid was a man after Yahweh's own heart. If it was forbidden or wrong to have multiple wives, why would Yahweh say this unto Dawid? To go even further, the 12 tribes of Israel came out of a multiple wife marriage involving 4 wives.
Genesis chapter 30, verses 1 through 8. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, And I in Elohim's stead, who hath withheld from thee the fruit of the wound? And she said, Behold my maid, Bilhah. Go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife. And Jacob went in unto her. And Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, Elohim hath judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and hath given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and bare Jacob a second son. And Rachel said, With great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali.
Here you can see that when Rachel saw she was barren, she gave Jacob her maid Bilhah as a wife in order to conceive for her.
Genesis chapter 30, verses 9 through 13. When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah her maid and gave her Jacob to wife. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. And Leah said, A troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. And Leah said, Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher.
Here it shows that Leah also gave Jacob her handmaid, Zilpah, as a wife, making up the 4 wives from which the nation of Israel came from. In the Bible, there's even a law that speaks of a man taking the wife of his dead brother in order to raise up seed for his brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 25, verses 5 through 10. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders, and say, My husband's brother refuseth to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him, and if he stand to it, and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, So shall it be done unto that man that will not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that hath his shoe loose.
Notice that it does not matter whether or not the living brother has a wife, as it would still be his duty to raise up seed for his dead brother. Remember, though it is acceptable to have multiple wives, there is a certain order to having more than one wife.
Exodus 21 and verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Here it shows that if you take another wife unto yourself, you have to be fair unto both, and not diminish anything from the first.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15 through 17. If a man have 2 wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he hath, for he is the beginning of his strength, the right of the firstborn is his.
Here it says, how if a man has 2 wives, the son of the wife that is hated will be given the status of firstborn. Take note how amongst these scriptures is a common theme of fairness being distributed amongst the wives. So when taking another wife unto yourself, it still must be done in a just and fair manner in order to avoid strife. Some people may think of this as an outdated ancient practice that does not fit into modern day practices, and surely would not carry into the future. However, in Isaiah 4 verse 1, when it's talking about the end of days, it says this.
Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach.
This shows that polygyny, the practice of a man having multiple wives, though not for everyone, is a valid marital practice, even in the modern day, and will continue to be in the future.